Ready? The rating level of customers who respond via WhatsApp increased a lot, much more, right? After that, we hired a bot. It would reply with things like select one or two, depending on the option. If I wrote to her and said, hey, they answered this, she would tell me, I'll fix it right now. And it really was immediate. On the other hand, here, if something really wasn't working, they would immediately look for a way to fix it. My name is Edison. I am the co-CEO and founder of the company FitEver Gym. My wife was the one who answered all the messages. When we had just one gym, it was manageable, but then your finger would start to hurt and you'd have to see physical therapists and all that. So after that, we hired a bot, but the bot would only respond with things like select one or two, depending on the option. Finally, we tried using an artificial intelligence, but it didn't go well for us at all, and that's how we ended up with Zolutium. Currently, I've had it for a week and a half, and Zolutium has already answered about 635 messages and in fact has already closed sales using artificial intelligence as such. When I saw the ad you guys made saying you're number one and that you were featured in Forbes magazine, I thought, wow, this could be it. Because I was working with another one before, but very few people knew about it. Hardly anyone was familiar with it, and the setup was very empirical. What caught my attention the most was when the developer from Zolutium got in touch with me and said, Edison, we're going to program your artificial intelligence from 0 to 1,000. And that's really how it was, because if I wrote to her and said, hey, it replied with this, and she would say, I'll fix it right now. And it really was immediate. The quality level of the clients who respond via WhatsApp increased a lot, much more, right? And also, we closely track the clicks that happen on Meta versus the responses handled, and right now we have a 1-to-1 ratio. Incredible. I had really never worked with a development company that operates so professionally and is so committed to their clients' goals. I think that's what I like the most, and it was always about improving. I already have this, I developed this, what do you think about this? And that's how we kept connecting. And I would call it committed, because with others, it's like, yeah, we'll get to it, and nothing ever happens. But here, if something didn't work, they immediately look for a way to fix it. Right now, for example, if a client writes to FitEver as part of our philosophy of constant attention and excellent service, they will always get a response. If a client writes to our artificial intelligence, we call her Irma. If they write to Irma and say, I forgot a shaker bottle, Irma knows what to say. She says, don't worry, we'll let them know right away, and immediately notifies the owner or the manager of each location. Such and such person forgot their shaker bottle in such and such place. So that was incredible in terms of the setup. I think very few companies offer this kind of service, responding as soon as someone writes. And now with Zolutium, it's much more effective than before. Specifically, being able to free ourselves a bit from the need to respond to messages immediately, since now Zolutium handles it precisely, right? So with this artificial intelligence I mentioned to you called Irma, she now responds directly to the client and addresses any questions, resolves any concerns the client may have about information, schedules, appointment bookings, sales closures, account numbers, everything. So it's really different when it comes to responses from a sales advisor compared to an artificial intelligence that has all the information at hand. Because what we used to do if someone asked for an account number was go to our notes, find the account number, copy and paste it. But with her, it's like, give me the account number. Here you go, transfer now. And that buying impulse the customer has when they ask for the account number, if you take longer than a certain amount of time, it's likely they'll start losing interest in making the purchase. So now with Irma through Zolutium, scheduling appointments is much more effective. And another thing that I thought was really cool is that Zolutium does follow-ups. I mean, it's not like, for example, if the customer doesn't answer, that's it, right? Instead, after a while, about 2 hours, it sends a message and says, this is my last follow-up for today. Do you want to proceed with your purchase, or should we do it in 2 hours? So it revives a conversation that probably already died. By reviving it, it has also closed sales through follow-ups, and that's really great.